Jack, oh, you're so adorable. You're so adorable. Are you ready for a setup tour? He hates me. Alexa, turn on lights. Hey guys, Asteroid here, and welcome back to the next video on the channel. Not gonna lie, my arm is already getting tired, and we literally just started. It's gonna be a long video, but anyways. Today we're gonna be doing the 2017 setup tour, or the room tour video. A lot of you guys have questions about the behind the scenes, how I make my videos, the software that I use, the equipment that I use. So we're gonna be going over all of that today, hopefully within a reasonable amount of time, but we'll see. There's a lot of stuff to go over. But yeah, anyways, last time I made a setup tour video was back in 2015, so obviously a ton of crazy stuff has changed in terms of how I make my content. Now, I will be referencing that 2015 video occasionally here and there. I might even put clips here and there in the video itself, just for comparison's sake. Also, this video is being recorded on my Pixel XL, so I apologize for the subpar quality. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. When you first walk in the door, you get a nice overview of everything that is in it. It's a very nice hodgepodge of just stuff, and it's actually a very nice room, size-wise at least, because it's able to hold all these different things. Anyways, though, when you walk in, you instantly see the drum set. Now, this drum set I bought back in 6th grade. It was like my first real purchase, and not gonna lie, I don't play it all that often at all. I really want to get back into it, but I just haven't had the time, focusing on school and YouTube and stuff. I know that's not really much of an excuse, but yeah, it kind of just sits here and collects dust, unfortunately. But back in the day, I used to actually play a lot of percussion. I used to be in the band, and the reason why I quit band in the first place is because I didn't like how our high school went about band. Basically, you either had two options. You could do basic band, which I definitely was above that, and then you had marching band. Now, I wasn't that big of a fan of marching band. I preferred just, regular theater or like concert band, but they didn't offer that. So I kind of quit band when I got into high school, and that kind of severed me from the whole percussion scene. But if I do ever get back into it, then I got this nice drum set sitting right here. So anyways, next up on the wall, you have a few posters. I have my ORAS poster, which I got when ORAS came out at the midnight release. I have this poster, which just kind of looks cool, and I like Lamborghinis, so I guess that works. And then we have the TV. Now, this TV, it's not all that big. I think it's like 32 inches or so. And I don't really use it all that often, but if I do ever want to sit in bed and just watch TV, then I can. Also, I'm thinking about hooking up my PlayStation to it, because I recently found out that my PS3 does actually work. I went like 2 years thinking it was broken, and then I plugged it back in over there, and it turns out that it actually works. So I'm probably going to hook that up here and use it a lot more often, because I love the PS3. And the reason why I'm not going to hook it up over here is because A, I really don't have the space for it, and B, it turns out I can't actually capture from the PS3 with my Elgato, and we'll talk about that later. And it really sucks. PS3 is the only console that has encrypted HDMI, meaning that I can't Let's Play anything on that system unless I get like an adapter or something. So if I do ever get that, then you guys can expect PS3 content. But for right now, I'm just going to be using it for my own entertainment. So anyways, moving along to the next part of the room, we have my Pokemon X and Y poster. I don't remember where I got that. I think it was a gift from a friend, but it's a very nice poster. On the back, you have the map of Kalos, but I decided to have that side up there because I like Yveltal and Xerneas. Next up, we have the chair. I like that chair. It's comfy, alright? Don't judge me. And then we have the collection. So, you guys know I love Sour Patch Kids, and I love Cheez-Its especially. And ever since like a few months ago, I've been taking all the Cheez-It boxes and Sour Patch Kids boxes that I get, and I've just been kind of making this tower of madness. And that's kind of what it led to. So we have a bunch of Cheez-It boxes, we have a bunch of Sour Patch Kid boxes, and those bags are separate from the bags that came from those two boxes. So there's 4 in total bags, big bags of Sour Patch Kids. So that's pretty dope. Over here, we have Alexa. What's up?
Hello, it's 4:33 p.m.
Alexa,
Here's
stop.
what's up.
So yeah, that's the Echo Dot. I got it for Christmas. And it's really, really nice because you can use it to control the lights, those lights over there, which I will go more in depth about in a sec. And it's really nice for like alarms and stuff. I use it all the time. I pair it with the Bluetooth speaker that is behind those pillows, and I use it for alarms. Now this speaker right here is actually a really nice speaker, but I'm gonna have to return it because when you're not playing something through it, it automatically disconnects. And the problem with that is I can't use it for alarms. Like, my idea was to use it for my alarm clock to make this thing a bit louder. But when it turns off in the middle of the night because you're not playing anything through it, it doesn't really work. Sorry for the cut, I ran out of space on my phone, but yeah, I'll definitely be returning that hopefully soon. Next up, we have the glasses that you guys have probably seen a lot in videos, the aviators. I got them back in California when I went on vacation a few years back, and I love those sunglasses, honestly I do. Moving on, we have this chair thing. I basically just use it to hold up my tower of diabetes and other stuff here. So first up, we have my beanie collection, you guys already know. We have the beanie that I'm wearing right now, which is the beanie you guys all know and love. And then we have the Eevee beanie. We have the Bluetooth beanie, which has the built-in speakers in the sides there. I got this white beanie, and then I got this other kind of basic looking beanie. Nothing too special. So over here we have the case for the speaker I was talking about. We have my original Beats, which are the headphones that I used for about 4 years. I literally had these headphones for 4 years straight, and they served me well. I know Beats are very overpriced, and you really don't get what you should get for the price in terms of like audio quality and stuff, but they lasted me. All right, they're actually pretty good headphones. And then over here we have my Kindle Fire, which I never use. Next up, over here, we have the Sun and Moon poster that I got at the midnight release. I just haven't had the chance to hang it. I'm not sure where I'll hang it. Ideally, I'd want to hang it like right there above my desk. But you guys can see there's the Black Ops poster there, which is still there after 2 years. And I said 2 years ago that I was gonna take it down and replace it with something else, but I have yet to do it. I procrastinate. Moving on to the window, you guys can see the Black Ops poster right there, which is not the most ideal, so I will have to move that. I procrastinate. Anyways though, right here, this is like the star of the show. So you guys can see I have my headphones here, the new ones that I got. I love these things. I'll link them down below. They're the Sony X something something Bass Boost. They're really nice headphones when it comes to music listening and also just commentating and stuff. I love them. So anyways, this right here is a bit of, how do I say it? It's a bit of an interesting thing. So right here is the rod that I got with the green screen. The green screen that I bought came with the green screen itself. It came with the 2 umbrella lights, and it was for about $100. Now, it came with this pole. Now, this pole is the top pole, and then usually what would happen, you guys can see right here, there is supposed to be 2 stands that go on either side to hold up the pole. Now, obviously, I didn't want those stands to be here because they would interfere with my bed, and also the tripod would be right there interfering with the drawers. So, what I decided to do was I decided to hang it from the ceiling, alright? And this is a recent thing that I've done. You guys will see in the 2015 setup tour, this is not how it was. There is the actual green screen. You can see that it's held up by the 2 poles. So now, with the stands removed, completely gone, I'm able to have this go all the way across. It's closer to my desk, meaning that the green screen area is bigger. And it also allows me to slide it out of the way when I'm not using it. So it's very, very optimal. Like, look at this, watch. All I have to do when I'm going to record is just move it across like this. Obviously, I have to adjust it a little bit. But there you go. Pretty much instant green screen. I'm sorry I can't really get a good angle here. But yeah, it's really nice. It really, really is. I'm able to just extend it all the way across. And then, unfortunately, usually this corner of my bed ends up getting in the frame. So what I usually do is I usually end up putting this over, like so. And then it's perfect. So I have all this area of green screen. And it works flawlessly. Honestly, it does. So that's really nice. It's really convenient, and I love it. Honestly, probably one of the best parts of the room. So you guys can see it's hanging on like an L bracket here. And then over here, there's the chain that hangs from the ceiling. So it's not like the most, prettiest thing in the world, but it definitely works. Now, before we go over to the desk, I want to move over, backtrack a little bit, and head over here. So there's my closet, and now this light, this umbrella light, usually isn't here at all. There's 2 places where this light goes. It either goes on the bed pointing down at the green screen, and if I remember to, I'll put a picture on the screen. Or it's in the closet stored away. So when I go to record, I take it out of the closet, I set it up on the bed, and I point it down on the green screen, because this light doesn't light the green screen very well. So this light makes up for the lack of light that light portrays, I guess. This light is basically just for lighting me and everything else, and lighting the green screen a bit, but then that light fills in all the blank spaces. Moving on to the shelf area, we have a Minecraft poster, we have a dragon, because that's cool. We have all my miscellaneous trophies from playing sports over the years. We have the drone, which isn't anything too special, but it is pretty fun to fly around at times. We have the RC boat. We have the Daydream View, which is the VR headset that goes with the Pixel phones. We have the Bluetooth speaker I was talking about back here, which I use to wake me up in the mornings. We have the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood piece of artwork that I made back in freshman year. If you guys can't tell, it's a spray-painted stencil thing that I made. You have the silhouettes of Edward and Alphonse, and it looks freaking beautiful. Moving on, we have my little Lapras plushie. We have all the game controllers, all the PS3 controllers, the Wii U gamepad. Over here we have a bunch of Wii and DS games. Now this is definitely not my entire collection. A lot of them are down on the shelves down there and also in the closet. So that's pretty much that. Over here we have my DS collection. So we have 2 DS Lites. We have another 3DS down there. We have the Wii controller with the nunchuck. And then we have this conga drum that I got from Disney World. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there's also the Washington DC little souvenir I got when I went to DC on the field trip. So let's scoot over to the main attraction. You guys already know, this is my PC setup. Now, a lot of crazy stuff is going on here. This is like my pride and joy. So this will probably be a majority of the video. But starting off here, we have this desk chair. I got it, I think, last year. And it's a pretty nice chair. It's not like a DX Racer or anything, but it's definitely not that bad of a chair. Over here, we have this thing. Now, I hate this thing so much. It's such a pain in the butt. But what this is called a Wemo switch. And this is how this is how the lights are able to turn on and off with the Amazon Echo. So basically this thing talks via Wi-Fi to the Amazon Echo. And that's how it's able to turn on and off that lamp and also this lamp. So the reason why I said I hate it is because I have had so many issues with this thing, it is not even funny. Like just setting it up took me like 5 hours, and I hate it. I hate it. Over here we have an extra outlet just so I can plug in my 3DS or the Wii U, which I'll go over in a sec. And then down there we have that plug that goes around there that powers everything under the desk. So speaking of under the desk, let's start under and we'll go up. We have the Beast! This is my PC. So as you guys can see, we have a Fractal Design case. In terms of the interior specs, I'll go over the general ones. We have a GTX 970, 4GB of VRAM. We have 16GB of regular RAM. We have an i5 4690K, 3.5 GHz quad core. And also on top of that, I have a 500GB SSD. And I have a 1TB hard drive for videos and such. It does what I needed to do. It streams fantastically. It renders videos, it edits videos, and it's fantastic. It's my pride and joy. The first PC I ever built. If you guys want more specific specs and stuff, if I remember to, I'll link the PC part picker down below in the description. So yeah, it's really nice. You got the power button stuff, you got the I/O, you got the little door here that opens up. You have an optical drive, which I wasted my money on. Like legit, I bought it with the PC and I've yet to use it. Then you have a window here, a side window, so you can see inside. It looks very pretty. Cable management is kind of garbage because, as I said, it was my first time building a PC. Over here we have these two USB plugs. I use those for my 3DS capture card, and then this one is the one for my microphone. So basically they go around the desk, and then when I want to use them, I plug them in right there. So moving up to the top of the desk is pretty standard. It's just a basic desk. It's not even really meant to be a computer desk, but it works. We have the keyboard and the mouse. Very, very basic. Literally, this keyboard and mouse came with my original $300 PC that I had a long time ago. And I still use it because, I don't know, I just haven't upgraded. I definitely will eventually. But I'm so used to typing on this keyboard that I kind of just got used to it. And I was like, whatever. We'll just keep on using that. Over here, we have another one of my pride and joys, the microphone. This microphone has lasted me for probably over 1.5 years now. It is the Blue Yeti with the pop filter. The pop filter was like 10 bucks or whatever, but then the Blue Yeti is like 90 bucks. It's a really nice microphone. It's what you guys hear in pretty much every single video. What I love about it is you can plug in headphones to the bottom of it and then monitor your voice back through the headphones in real time. So that's really nice. That's why I wear headphones the majority of my videos, because A, I like listening to the game sound, and B, I like hearing myself back to make sure everything sounds good. So that's really, really nice. I love that microphone. Eventually, I want to get a boom arm for it, so that way it hangs above the desk. But for right now, we're just using the default stand. Over here, we have the headphones that I've used for a majority of my time on YouTube. You guys know I've been using those headphones for the past few weeks now. But these headphones are pretty nice. They're pretty cheap, though, like 20 bucks. But they're pretty comfortable and they work well. I do prefer those headphones, though, even though they are a bit bassy. Moving on over here. So this right here is the Wii U. Now this Wii U is actually my brother's Wii U that he lets me borrow for streams and stuff. And the setup here is very weird. So we have the Wii U facing the opposite direction with all the ports and stuff in the back. And the main reason why this is all messy is because this is a temporary setup. So like when I'm not using the Wii U, then I usually move it out of my room and into the other room. So I have to have access to those ports fairly easily, so they're never really permanently there. So anyways, there's the Wii U. We have the wires running around here. We have the power cable down here. This cord right here, this USB cord, is the cord from the Elgato. So when I want to use it, I plug in the USB cord into here to capture the gameplay. But yeah, this is the Elgato HD60, which is the capture card that I use for gameplay, or console gameplay, I should say. And it's a really good capture card. The only downside to it is there is a bit of delay from when you're playing the game and it gets to your PC. So you do have to accommodate for that in editing, or while streaming you have to set a bunch of delay settings to make sure that the gameplay syncs up with your commentary. There's the sensor. I usually put the sensor over there when I'm actually playing, and then I move my mic over here, then I move my keyboard and mouse over there. Anyways though, that's pretty much it for that. Over there we have the Wi-Fi extender. So my PC isn't hardwired into the Wi-Fi. It's actually hardwired into this extender that then sends the signal out to the rest of the upstairs. So it kind of is hardwired in a way, but it really isn't, as weird as that sounds. Next up though, we have another one of my pride and joys. This is my 3DS capture card. So this 3DS I bought before X and Y came out, and it has lasted me ever since then. It has lived through the ages, and it's almost like a relic of sorts. So I keep it on a washcloth to protect the bottom of the capture card, and also I just think it looks nice. So yeah, this is the 3DS itself, and then on the bottom, you guys can see this capture board. It's by Loopy. You can go to 3dscapture.com and pick one up. I would highly recommend it. I paid about 250 bucks for the 3DS capture card itself, and then basically it just plugs in with that little port there. And then I use this cord here that wraps around and then goes down there. So it's just one cord, captures video and audio, no delay, and it's perfect. It honestly is perfect. So I spent about 250 on mine. You could probably get them for about 200 now, and I would highly recommend it. Loopy's cards are the best by far when it comes to quality and price. You can buy them from KatsuKitty, but the problem with KatsuKitty is that they are known to break, and they're also very expensive. Now the only problem with Loopy's cards is they are only compatible with the original 3DS. So long story short, if you do want a capture card for the new 3DS or the 3DS XL or the 2DS, then you have to go to KatsuKitty. Moving on to the dual monitors. Yes, this is a big difference from what we had in the 2015 setup tour. Now in the 2015 setup tour, we just had this monitor right here, which actually isn't even a monitor. It is a TV, a very, very small TV on a stand. And then this monitor is actually a computer monitor that I got for my birthday last year. It's about 200 bucks, I think. It's actually a really nice monitor. I do like the design of it with the stand. So it kind of sucks that the monitors are two separate models, but they're about the same size, so it works out pretty well. And I love having two monitors. Probably one of the best things you can do from a content creator standpoint is getting two monitors, because it's so useful to be able to play the game on one monitor and then have all the streaming stuff or recording stuff open on the other one. It's so incredibly useful, especially for games that take up the entire screen, like Wii U stuff and like Overwatch. Like that stuff is almost impossible to stream without two monitors, because if you just have one, the game is taking up the entire thing, and then you can't see chat, you can't see the streaming software, you can't see Twitter, you can't see anything else. So it's almost impossible. I somehow did it for a while, but it's still very difficult. So anyways, on this monitor right here, that is the HDMI output for the capture card. So I play all the Wii U stuff on this game, and then pretty much everything else is over here, the OBS, all the Chrome tabs, everything. So long story short, I want to go into the desktop and explain to you guys all the software that I use, or at least a majority of it, and go more in depth about that. Alright guys, here we are over on the desktop. As you can see, we have a bunch of programs up here that I want to talk about, and pretty much everything on here goes towards almost everything that I make on YouTube. So this is where it gets real. Hope you guys are ready for this. With that being said, before we get any further, I want to talk about the webcam that I use. So right now, I'm using the Logitech C920, which is a 1080p 30fps webcam, and it looks fantastic. It's definitely a great webcam. Hi, how are you guys doing? The software is pretty nice. I have had issues with it in the past where it just would not record when I click record. So obviously, that's a big issue that I hope they would fix. But usually if you just restart the software, it works just fine. It records my mic, and you guys can see 1080p here. You can also control all the individual settings when it comes to like brightness and contrast and all that great stuff. So I love this software. I use it for pretty much every single video when it comes to recording Facecam. Now, a lot of people like to record everything in one package. It's like they'll record everything with this software called OBS. I'm gonna drag this on screen. It's gonna be a little bit trippy, but you guys can see this is OBS. Now, OBS is a fantastic free piece of software because you can use it to record your screen, you can use it to stream, you can use it to record, you can capture gameplay with it. It really is a great program. There's also layers, so you can add like images and videos. And so what a lot of people like to do is they like to just set up an OBS scene, they have their gameplay, and then they just overlay their face cam and they record all of it with OBS. And that certainly works, it works just fine. But the problem with that, and with me especially, is that it records everything to just one file. So the reason why I don't like this is because it's hard to edit around. It's hard to create cool edits when everything is combined into one video file. I like recording everything separately so I can move individual parts of the video. Hopefully that makes sense, but like when you guys see my face cam jumping across the screen, that's because of the fact that I record everything separately. If I recorded the gameplay and the face cam together in the same file, everything would be jumping around. It wouldn't just be the face cam. Hopefully that makes sense. So this is OBS, a fantastic program for recording pretty much anything and streaming, as I said. So you guys can see over to the bottom left here, I use OBS for pretty much everything when it comes to streaming or recording. Like if you go over to the moon scene, you can't see anything right now because I don't have my capture card plugged in. But what you would see if we plug it in is the gameplay in their respectable spots. If you go over to like the shiny hunting scene that I have, it's gonna take a while to load here. But you guys can see the basic setup of that. I do all of this in OBS with all these layers. So that's really nice. I love this program, 10 out of 10. Now when it comes to recording, I basically just use it to record gameplay and then the audio. My commentary and my face cam, as I said, I record completely separate. Speaking of commentary, if we go over here and head over to the program that I use to record my commentary, I use Audacity. Now this program is actually really nice because you can do a bunch of cool effects in it that makes your audio sound a lot better. So like noise removal, normalizing, compression, I do it all in this program. So I record my commentary and then I eventually, after I edit it, I send it over to my editing program, and then that's where I put everything together. Now how I sync all of this, you guys might be wondering, how do you sync all this? Well, first up, I record my commentary, my microphone, with all three of these programs. And then towards the beginning, before I actually start the video, I clap. And then you guys can see it shows up in the commentary, and it shows up in the face cam as well. Now basically I line it up in editing. When I clap together, I line that sound up with the face cam footage. Now when it comes to OBS, I like to record just my game audio with OBS. So what I usually end up having to do, again, the inception is real. What I usually end up having to do is I end up recording my mic for a few seconds with this track, and then mid-recording I mute it. Now me muting it didn't mute it from you guys because I'm not going to end up using that audio. And then I end up swapping over to just the PC audio. So the clap is still there in the beginning of the clip, but it doesn't record my commentary throughout the entire thing. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyways, moving on to other software. I'm sorry for going on a rant about recording. I'm sure you guys really don't care that much. Over here, we have the 3ds Capture software. It's really nice software. Works fantastically. If I plug in my DS, it works just fine. Now, I would record with the 3ds Capture software, but unfortunately, for some reason, it doesn't pick up the 3ds audio with the native software. So usually what I do is I open the 3ds Capture software, and then I record the software with OBS. So that's that. You have video settings, and that's pretty much it. Over here, you have the Game Capture HD, which is the Elgato native software for consoles and stuff. This is what I use to record Wii U stuff, or basically anything that's on console, I use this. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty easy to use software. I've been trying to stream with this, but OBS just works 1,000 times better. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Moving on, we have Song Capture, which is just an extension of Game Capture. Audacity, I already went over. Logitech software, I already went over. OBS, that is this program that I'm using, and I already went over for that. But then OBS Studio is actually the improved version of OBS. The only reason why I still use OBS and not Studio is because I just have all my scenes on there, and I'm lazy. I don't want to transfer everything over. And honestly, I prefer the layout of OBS over OBS Studio. But that's just me. Now, moving on to the star of the show. I cannot recommend this program enough. I know I've talked about it on Twitter and stuff, but we're gonna discuss this, alright? This is something I'm passionate about. So you guys can see this is my editing software. It is called HitFilm 4 Express. Now this software, hopefully it doesn't lag too much, but this software is the greatest thing that has ever happened to anything ever. I might be praising it too much, but this software really is great. This is where I edit all my videos. You guys can see all these Moon episodes that I have recorded, and I'm piecing together. It's just such a great software. If you want to get into editing, this is where you should start. I started with Camtasia, which I actually have right here, and I regret it, because Camtasia is so simple, and it was good to teach you the basics, but the problem with Camtasia is you really can't do much with it at all. Did HitFilm just die? No, we're good. We're good. We're alive? No, we're not alive. Are we alive? Come on, please. Thank you. Thank you. So it might lag a little bit just because of the fact that I'm recording and I'm doing this at the same time. Very CPU intensive task. But yeah, the software is fantastic. It's free, which is one of the best parts about it. And it's honestly so good. It really is. You could do everything, pretty much everything you would need to do. You have unlimited layers, all the audio controls, all the effects you could need. You can do animations with it. Like you guys see how I do the little... Actually, can I show you guys? I don't know if I can show you guys. Here, I can show you guys. You guys know how I do the little animations at the beginning of the videos where the gameplay kind of slides in? Yeah, I do all of that with the keyframes in this software. So it's amazing. It really is. I can't recommend it enough. And the coolest thing about it is you don't have to spend any money on this. You get all the features for free. I know I sound like a salesperson right now, but I really am passionate about this. And one of the coolest parts about it is you can, like, if you want to step up your game, you can buy add-on packs for it. Like, I bought audio spectrums, which you guys see in the Moon intros. Here, you guys see these spectrums? I bought an add-on pack that allowed me to do that in this software. So you can buy certain add-on packs, you can pick and choose what you want with the software, and it's great. It really is great. So I'm sorry for going on a bit of a tangent, but I really do love this program. It renders fast, and it's fantastic. Moving on, we have this software. Now, this software allows me simply to use my PS3 controller with emulators and other games. That's how I connect my controller to my PC, so that's pretty great. We have Skype, which is pretty self-explanatory. We have Steam. Unfortunately, I had to uninstall a lot of these games because I ran out of space on my SSD. Hopefully soon I'll be getting another hard drive though, so I can store, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Black Ops 3 again. But for right now, I've just been kinda, chilling without them just to save space. Next up, we have Handbrake, which is actually the software that I use to encode all my facecam footage. So after I record the facecam, I import it into here, make it a constant frame rate, and basically all that does is prevent desyncing in editing. So it's kind of a sucky step, but it's what I gotta do. Next up, we have emulators. So I have all my emulators. I have Dezume, which is for like DS stuff. So like Black White 2 and Generation 4. I have games all here. I don't know why that's under emulators, but whatever. We have Game Boy ROMs. We have other ROMs here. And then we have Visual Boy Advance, which is used for Generation 3 and below. Over here we have programs, like just some other programs that I use, like Restream, which is the program that I use to stream to both YouTube and Twitch. I have my antivirus. I have Photoshop, which I'll be talking about here in a sec. We have Spotify. We have Chrome, obviously. We have the randomizer for ROMs, if I want to do randomizers. We have PKHex for genning, all that great stuff. And that's pretty much it. Over here, this is Premiere Pro. I don't know why that's still there. Honestly, that shouldn't be there. Because I uninstalled Premiere Pro a long time ago. I decided to give Premiere Pro a shot at one point because I was having trouble editing the Diamond Sleep Lock in HitFilm. It's a really good program, definitely, but I would never spend money on it. Over here, we have the Sun and Moon PKHex for genning. Over here, I have Pokemon Prism. I don't plan on LPing it, but I still have it because I know they're taking down downloads left and right. So I figured, hey, I'll just download it, and if I ever do want to play it, then it's there. But I think that's pretty much it for the desktop, except for one more thing, which is down here. I have Adobe Photoshop CS2. Now, this software is 100% free. You can legally obtain Photoshop CS2 for free. It's a very old version of Photoshop, but it works fantastically. It does lack some of the features that CS6 has, but if you do want to get into Photoshop for free, I do recommend this program, definitely. And that's pretty much it. I pretty much use it for all my thumbnails, all my GFX, I use CS2. The only reason why I would go to CS6 is just for one tool, and that's the Quick Select tool. Like, you guys know how in my Moon thumbnails, I have parts of the gameplay pop out a little bit. That's from CS6. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do that in CS2. But if you do want to get into graphic design, I do recommend Photoshop. It is the industry standard for a reason. But that being said, I think we should go ahead and swap back out to the phone cam. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the desk setup. There's actually one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that was the webcam. If you guys are wondering what it looks like, that's it. The Logitech C920. It's a great webcam. Honestly, I recommend it. It's about 70 bucks. I'm pretty sure they came out with the Logitech C920 II that has a bunch of cool features like 60 FPS, and also, I think it has like background removal, but without a green screen. So if you want to check that out, then you can. I don't think the background removal is anything to get too excited about. It's definitely not going to be like a traditional green screen, but I might upgrade to that eventually. I don't know. The 60 FPS doesn't really seem worth it to me, because this one works just fine. If it could do 1080 60, then I'd consider it, but I'm pretty sure it's only 720p 60. But that being said, we have my two wallpapers, which I didn't get to talk about. Over here, we have Sans. My boy, one of the best games of all time. Don't at me. Don't at me. We have Undertale, of course. You guys hear it all the time in my outros and the remixes. But yeah, we have Sans, my favorite character. He's looking pretty dope. And then over here on my other monitor, we have Xerneas and Yveltal. I really like Xerneas and Yveltal. I was actually thinking about changing it for Sun and Moon, because I changed it when it was Generation 6, but now we're in Gen 7, so I probably should update it. I might change it to either Guzma or Gladion, or I might just change it to some wallpaper of Solgaleo and Lunala fighting. So if I can, I'll try and link the original artist to both these wallpapers in the description. I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to find them though, unless there's like a watermark on one of these that I can try and find. But honestly, I have no idea. I literally got them off of Google, so I'm not sure. Anyways, though. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to talk about. The Black Ops poster is still up there. I want to swap it out for something else. This banner over here, which I didn't really talk about, is of Neil Peart, probably one of the best drummers of all time. And I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't know what else to talk about. So thank you guys so much for watching this setup tour. Thank you for 4K. This video was in celebration of that, so I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. And if you guys want to see any of the equipment that I have, if you're interested in purchasing any of it, then I'll link everything hopefully down below in the description. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace!